What's up, Bulls Nation? It's the Bloody Horns podcast. I'm your host, Justin, here to give you the daily content. We got the 5 keys to victory for the Chicago Bulls tonight against the San Antonio Spurs. Obviously, we're all disappointed with how last night went. It was going great. It was going great in that first half there. You know, the first quarter, the Bulls came out on fire. Second quarter, they kept it rolling. We're up 12 at halftime, and then halftime happened. And I don't understand why you would do a halftime ceremony honoring the 96 team if Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, and Dennis Rodman weren't going to be there. I understand Dennis was supposed to be there, but I guess the snowstorm got his flight canceled. Scottie hates this franchise for some reason. You know, that guy's kind of delusional these days. And Mike is Mike, man. You guys remember last year for the NBA 75, nobody thought he'd actually show up. Everybody was surprised when he showed up for that. So getting him to show up for something like this probably wasn't in the cards. So I don't understand why they even honored the team without those three. And then to honor the team without those three and not even give the other members of the team their own individual recognition, it was just a weird move all around. And then we showed how classless Chicago can be when we booed Jerry Krause. And you guys got to let that shit go, man. It's 26 years ago. Not only did the dude build the Chicago Bulls up, but I kind of argue you could blame Scottie Pippen a little bit more than Jerry Krause for the breakup of that dynasty. You know, it was Pippen who signed the contract extension early in the 90s that the owner and Jerry Krause told him, don't sign this. It's not going to be in your best interest. And then later on, when it wasn't in his best interest anymore, he wanted to renegotiate. And they were like, dude, you still got 3-4 years left on this deal. It's not how business works. We tried to warn you. And then he sat out a lot of the 98 season. He caused the drama. Scottie Pippen was not coming back to that team under any circumstances, even if Phil and Mike had come back. So to blame Jerry Krause the way that people do all these years later, it's wild to me. That man did more good than bad for the Chicago Bulls. His legacy should be the architect of that dynasty. He found Scottie Pippen, a diamond in the rough. He traded the pick that was going to be Olden Polynice for Scottie Pippen. That's a win trade. And he drafted Horace Grant, who, that dude, he's one of the best Bulls of all time as well. Made the trade for Dennis Rodman when nobody else in the league believed in him. Brought in Ron Harper, Steve Kerr, Luke Longley. Like, this dude was a great architect. I feel bad for his wife, you know, seeing her cry like that. I don't know, just brought back memories of my grandma, and it was just sad to see. So to come out of that and then that third quarter for the Warriors to spank us the way they did, it's kind of karma, you know, that the way that halftime win, it kind of took all the energy out of the building and it reflected in the Bulls' play. So luckily, they did make a comeback. They made it a competitive game in the second half. Last year's Bulls wouldn't have done that. They would have just rode that ass whoop and lost by 20, maybe even 30. So, you know, there's still positives to take, but we're back on it tonight. I got the 5 keys to victory against the Spurs. Should be a winnable game. We can't play down to our competition. That's definitely something that this team has been guilty of in the past. They can't do that tonight. So tonight, key number 1, this got changed. You know, I didn't know Wemby was out. He had played their last couple of games, albeit on a minute restriction. So my first key was going to be for Vooch to take it to Wemby on the block, because Wemby is a great shot blocker. He's a great defender, but he's still giving up a lot of size, a lot of muscle on that block to Vooch. So I needed Vooch to attack him on that block, but he's out of the game. So my key number 1 is I need Vooch to stay 16 feet and in. I need this dude to stop shooting 3-pointers, man. He's not good at it. I know he went 2 of 4 last night, but he's just flat out not good as a shooter. He's shooting 26% on 4 attempts a game this year. Last year, he was at, 33% on 4 attempts a game. The year before that was 30%. And the year before that was the aberration, the 40% year. So you're not a good 3-point shooter, Vooch. Keep it 16 feet and in. You know, in that 16 feet and in mark, he can get a lot of pick and pop mid-range opportunities. He can get those little dump-off passes from Kobe or Zach when they're driving. 16 feet and in, Vooch. Stay around the rim. Stay in your efficient spots. Key number 2 is I need efficient efficient DeMar DeRozan like we saw last night. He got 39 points on 21 shots. That's amazing. That's flat out amazing efficiency, and that's what I need to see from DeMar DeRozan. I don't need him shooting 21 shots every night. Last night, Kobe got into foul trouble, so that's when DeMar really started cooking a little bit. But efficient DeMar DeRozan, you know, I had that video a couple days ago where I said the offense needs to stop running through DeMar DeRozan and Nikola Vucevic, the DeMar and Nick era of the Bulls needs to be over. It needs to be ran through Kobe and Zach. That doesn't mean DeMar DeRozan still isn't going to get chances to cook. He's still going to get his chances to cook. He needs to be efficient with it. I want to see another game like that where he's taking good shots, flow within the offense. Efficient DeMar DeRozan is a huge key tonight. Key number 3, I need Zach LaVine shooting at least 15 times again. He shot 15 last night. I would love to see him get that number up even more. He's starting to get more comfortable. He's playing in the flow of the offense. We saw him finish around the rim last night. We hadn't seen that the first 3 games. That was looking a little rusty his first 3 games back, but we saw it last night. He was driving hard. He was finishing at the rim. His three-pointer looks good. It looks smooth. Everything's coming within the flow of the offense. He's still playing good defense, still getting rebounds, still getting assists, playing all-around games. Love that. Just need to see him be a little bit more aggressive on the offensive end. There's still shots that he's passing up that he should be taking, so I'm hoping we get 15-plus shots from him tonight. Kobe White, he's my key number 4. Need to see him stay aggressive. You know, Kobe only took 13 shots last night. I need him shooting at least 15 every game. Closer to 20 if we're being honest. Kobe was cooking last night. That bullshit foul and technical foul they got on him totally took him out of his rhythm, but he was cooking. He was 9 of 13 in the game. We need to get more shots for Kobe. He needs to keep having the keys to the offense. He's the path moving forward. And key number 5, this is one I really want to hammer home. 15 minutes at least for Andre Drummond. Billy Donovan, what the fuck is wrong with you? Andre Drummond, yeah, he's not a starting caliber center anymore. I've been arguing that for weeks. He's just not. The people who say Drummond needs to start, I don't agree with you remotely, but he does need to play more. There's no reason he should be playing only 12 minutes, especially last night when he couldn't get a rebound to save our goddamn lives. Why is he sitting on the bench? Why is Nikola Vucevic, who for the past 3 games that he's started, he's looked gassed in the second half, and it's because they're asking him to play 34 minutes a game. Last night he was almost at 35 minutes a game in that game last night, and he looked gassed that whole second half. Why is he playing that much? He shouldn't. He should be right around 28 minutes a game. Drummond should be right around 20 minutes a game. This is going to keep Vooch fresher. It's going to keep him more efficient. It's going to give Drummond more opportunities. It's going to help our rebounding and our interior defense. So I need Andre Drummond playing at least 15 minutes tonight. I can't stand this 30-plus minute, this damn near 35-minute Vucevic stuff that Billy Donovan's been doing. Doesn't make any sense. This is year 15 for Vooch. He's too old to be playing this many minutes. He's too big. He's too lumbering. He's too slow. We need more Andre Drummond. Nikola Vucevic, your minutes need to go down to about 28, maybe 30 on a night where you're cooking. Drummond, you need to be in between 15 and 20 every night. I'm hoping at least 15 good minutes from Andre Drummond tonight. So big bounce back game for the Bulls tonight. You know, they're still in command of that 9 seed out west, but these are the type of games we need to win if we want to push into that top 6. So I'll have a new podcast dropping tonight. It's gonna be about Nikola Vucevic, so buckle up if you're a Vooch supporter. That'll be dropping tonight on Apple and Spotify. If you haven't listened to the last podcast that I dropped last weekend, last night proved it right, man. I've been saying Jonathan Kuminga, that's my number 1 trade target for the Bulls. So head to Apple, head to Spotify if you haven't listened to that one yet. Break down why the Bulls should go all in on a Jonathan Kuminga trade. Hit subscribe on this video if you're not subscribing already. Appreciate all the love I'm getting out there. Follow on Twitter and Instagram at Horns Bloody. Throw me a follow. Let's talk hoops. Big game tonight. Let's go Bulls.